Just wanted to talk, that's all.
How's it going, everybody? Huge series kicking off for the Yankees tonight in Boston. And they are going to be faced with a challenge from within. Can you overcome just the embarrassment, basically, that the Red Sox have handed out to the Yankees this year? The Red Sox have beaten the Yankees 8 out of 10 so far this season. And the Yankees are on a mission to exact some measure of revenge this weekend. Heraclitus once said, whoa. He didn't say whoa. That was me. I said whoa when I accidentally hit my mouse. Heraclitus said, out of every 100 men, 10 shouldn't even be here. 80 are nothing but targets, but one is a warrior, and he will bring the others back. And so the Yankees are going to search for their warrior this weekend. I'm hoping it can be Aaron Judge. He's going to kind of be the through line of this podcast because, let's face it, this team doesn't win anything without Aaron Judge, especially with the bullpen in the kind of shape that it's in right now. This team has got to rely on Aaron Judge. So he's going to be the primary focus of this podcast. But the series that we're about to embark on is going to reveal who the Yankees really are. It will separate the winners from the losers. We're going to find out who's made up of clutch stuff and who's not. Because this is going to be a hostile, mean, just angry, loud, intense environment for the next few days. There will be playoff vibes in the air, and this could be a playoff preview and a test to see how this Yankees team responds in a hostile environment against a good team, an up-and-coming team that can play baseball. Now, the Red Sox obviously hampered a little bit by injuries, but, then again, so are the Yankees. We don't have Garrett Cole, right? So I don't want to hear that excuse. The Red Sox are barely behind us in the standings, but they hold more leverage in the moment. Home field, Fenway Park, Garrett Crochet on the mound in Game 3, and so far the season has been one-sided against us. And that gives them the tiebreaker if things end up even. Right? That gives them a confidence advantage. It's got to. If you go into somebody's building and kick their ass, and then they come to your building and you kick their ass even worse, you're feeling like, the final series at home, Red Sox got to be feeling like they're going to win this series. They got to be feeling like they could sweep. And I'm sure that's their objective. And I'm sure Alex Cora is going to have them ready. But the Yankees do have some positives to talk about. Giancarlo Stanton went deep yesterday, and we all know that he hits home runs in bunches, and the time for him to be heating right back up is when he goes and plays in a ballpark where he's comfortable and has done a lot of damage before. I'm starting to feel the echoes of the September home run, the grand slam that he hit a couple of years ago in Boston. He's got a .917 career OPS in 40 games in Boston. His best batting average of any ballpark that he's played in at least 15 games is .316, and it's Fenway Park. That kind of comfort there means something. I think he's also immune to hostility, to wild crowds. I think he gets a kick out of shutting him up. And I still contend that grand slam he hit a couple of years ago, probably the replay that I've watched the most in the last decade. More than the Soto home run in the ALCS last year, more than the Martians home run to walk it off earlier this year. That was a perfect specimen of why I enjoy baseball. Tense moment, bases loaded, home run hitter at the plate, and he got every bit of that baseball. And the way the Green Monster and the camera shot framed the home run, just disappearing into the Boston darkness, it was like looking at the Mona Lisa or the Sistine Chapel or whatever. And then there's Aaron Judge. Yesterday, he tied DiMaggio, 4th place on the Yankees' career home run list, 361, 2 homers off the Tigers. His swing seems to be returning a little bit. His presence at the plate, he had 3 hits in the game. He seemed confident. He seemed to feel good after that first one. And the sound was better off his bat. If Boston challenges Judge a couple of times and he comes through, that's going to open lanes for some of the other guys because they're going to have to stop pitching to him or start being careful with him. I expect him to get a steady diet of breaking pitches from Giolito and Bayo over the next couple of days. Same thing with Giancarlo Stanton. Might as well practice against it on the traject machine. It's coming. But a little advice to those two pitchers. Don't hang them. Do not hang them. Not this weekend, because both of those guys are coming around. But let's talk a little bit about the practical constraints of this series on the Yankees. The bullpen is not something that you can rely on. It is not reliable right now. I was going to say the key to this series is the bullpen being able to perform, but that's just not a credible thing for me to say. This bullpen is not only tired, they're bad. They don't throw enough strikes. You got a lot of guys who don't have the confidence to throw the ball over the plate. So the onus on this series is going to fall directly on the pitching side on the starting pitching. Luis Gil tonight must rediscover his command. He must pound the zone. His stuff is back. His confidence in it and his ability to throw strikes with it are what now need to follow. He has been pitching at a lower velocity than usual, and it's been intentional. He's trying to dial it in, but it hasn't been effective. He's got to find the strike zone more often. His stuff is good enough that he can pitch out of these walks, but you can't walk as many guys and throw as many pitches. He's got to get deeper into the game. We need 6 2/3 or 7 innings from him tonight. Minimum. I'm anxious to see what he comes up with and how he responds. It's going to be a tough situation. Game 2, Max Fried needs to go to that breaking ball, trust it early. He has pitched better recently. And it seems like the blister is a distant memory. His vibes have been better. Go out there and win a big game for your new team. Game 3 is Will Warren versus Garrett Crochet, Sunday night. I expect Boston to win that one. I mean, anything can happen, but Crochet is, leading the league in strikeouts, I believe, and gave the Yankees trouble in Boston a couple of weeks ago, or a couple months ago now. And I don't expect it to go any different. Stanton and Judge need to assert themselves in this series. If Stanton can punish breaking balls, especially from righties, and Judge is hitting like himself when it doesn't matter what arm you throw with, he can hit you, then I like our chances. But more than anything, this series has got to be about the mindset, about focus. Focus for 9 innings each night. Don't make mistakes on the bases. Don't boot the ball in big situations. Now, it sounds like Volpe's going to be out for the whole series, so there goes that. But don't get ejected if you're Caballero. We need you in there. The Stoic Greeks spoke about the faculty of choice and responding rightly in the moment. If you're the Yankees, you've got to get your focus on what you can control. Don't worry about Fenway. Don't worry about the shadows that are going to be out there tomorrow afternoon. Control your focus, your intensity, your reliance on repetition. Go out there and win a baseball game. Boston's going to be loud. They know the tiebreaker is theirs. They smell it. They think they will win Game 3, and they're probably right. So they're going to be all out to win one of the first 2 games. Probably Game 1. So the Yankees got to make tonight a heavyweight fight. Failure to win this series will leave so many doubts for this team down the stretch over the next couple of weeks while they play bad teams. Can they beat a good team in the postseason? They beat Toronto 2 out of 3. They beat Houston 2 out of 3. They lost 2 out of 3 to Detroit, who has not been playing as well. And now Boston is the final leg of this gauntlet. You win 2 out of 3, hey, that's a successful little 12-game stretch against good teams. You go 7-5 in the playoffs, going to the World Series. So, give us a reason to be hopeful for the next couple of weeks. Success now means that this team can relax and just go out and beat these bums over the next few weeks and maybe have a shot at the division if Toronto really hits a wall. But either way, I think the Yankees are going to the playoffs. Let's hope that they can find it within themselves to show up tonight.
All
So I was watching a podcast today about sports in general, and one of the commenters was talking about how Aaron Judge has never gotten a big hit in the postseason. Wrong. You know, he's done it against the Twins, the Red Sox. He had a big home run against the Guardians last year in a game the Yankees lost. He hit a big home run in the World Series. But it is true that for a generational type of talent, he has not led us to a title. He has not single-handedly won a playoff series for the Yankees yet, the way Giancarlo Stanton has. He's gotten some big hits. He's gotten some big hits in the regular season, too. Had 3 walk-off home runs back in 2022. But he's had a lot of bad times also, especially in big moments, especially in the playoffs. Judge has allowed there to become a national narrative among the casual baseball fans. I mean, the person who was watching this, clearly not a Yankees fan, clearly doesn't watch the Yankees as much as we do. But that's his national perception now, that he can't hit in the playoffs. I mean, someone with a baseball savant page that looks like his, where he's at the top of everything. Batting run value, 100th percentile, xWOBA, xBA, expected slugging, exit velo, barrel percentage, hard hit percentage, bat speed, walk percentage. This guy is incredible as an offensive player. But the shadow hanging over his career, and that will hang over his legacy, is that he has not been all that clutch. And he has not been the type of postseason player that somebody like Bernie Williams or Derek Jeter or Tino Martinez or Scott Brocious or Paul O'Neill was. He's just flat out not been the guy in big situations. Not like Giancarlo Stanton has. This is his chance. If he's been sandbagging trying to get ready for the stretch run, maybe taking it easy on himself to prepare for clutch season, this is it. It begins tonight. The next 2 weeks are going to be as clutch as it gets during the regular season as the Yankees try and win a division. And now maybe the last few games won't matter as much because maybe they'll lose the division. The wild card will magic number will expire and the Yankees will wrap up the wild card. But after that, it's all postseason. It's back to October baseball, where he has yet to prove that he can carry this team. And so I'm really looking for him to show up in this series. He is this is where we say, "Oh, captain, my captain, we need you." This series is what we're looking for. Let's make some picks. See, this is, first of all, before I get to my picks, I want to tackle this comment from John Berto. He says, he's a phenomenal regular season when it doesn't matter player. He does hit when it matters, and the regular season matters. You can't get to the playoffs if the regular season doesn't matter. He's helped the Yankees win a lot of games by putting them on the board early and getting those, 2-3 run home runs in the first inning. Right? He's extended a lot of leads. He's made a lot of great plays in the outfield. What we're looking for are those clutch 8th and 9th inning, big hits, big home runs, runners on base. Everybody's looking to him. He can change the game. Not only does Aaron Judge hitting a big home run in a big spot help the team that day, but it creates momentum and energy, and it carries forward. Go watch the footage of Carlos Beltran in, I want to say it was 2004, when he went crazy with the Astros in the playoffs. Go watch Giancarlo last year. Go watch Shane Spencer in 98. I got a video on this channel about it called September of Shane. Momentum matters. And energy matters, and confidence matters, and getting a big hit in a big situation can lead to other big hits in big situations. It's true. Anyway, these are my picks, and a reminder, if you want to play along, you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FOUL. That's code FOUL for your new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. So my weekend home run picks, I'm going Stanton tonight. I'm going Stanton with a home run over the monster. Maybe center field. Maybe he won't go over the monster. Maybe he'll go dead center. He doesn't hit a lot of dead center home runs, but I'm kind of feeling it. I feel like one of those psychics. The name begins with an M. The home run, I'm saying center field. That's my pick. That's my official pick. Not that it matters. You can't bet by home run to center field. Saturday, Ben Rice going deep. I think Ben Rice against Brian Bayo will run into a hanger, and he'll put it in the Boston bullpen. And then Sunday Night Baseball in front of a national audience against Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet is going to be amped up. He's going to be throwing 100. He's going to challenge Aaron Judge. And I think as Aaron Judge continues to round into form, as we saw him begin last night, I think he's going to run into one. Got a comment here from Jordan that I think is correct. Judge has his fair share of clutch moments, but it seems like every time he does, the Yankees end up blowing the game and it gets lost in the shuffle. 100% right. Like that home run against Cleveland last year in the playoffs. 100%. All right, let's do the boilerplate and then take some voicemails.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
It's just a reaction.
All right. Well, we got a few voicemails here. Let's begin with Tabor Talk.
Hey, Derek, how are you? Tabor Talk from the Catskills. So most of the calls you get are excellent. Brian's great. All of them. I really enjoy your phone messages, but sometimes you get some dumb ones. What was the gentleman who said that Trent Grisham sucks as a center fielder? Are you kidding me? And I'm glad you checked, Savant, and you could see Trent Grisham is elite. And by the way, it is true. He's been playing hurt. And you know what? I like his style. I like that kind of sleepy way. It makes me, I get nervous when I see a ball deep and I'm stressing out. Oh no, is that gone? And you see Trent, no, dude, I got this under control. And just like that, I love watching Trent Grisham in center field, and he is elite. But that's all I have to say. This was, right after your Wednesday post game. All right. Keep up the great work. Yankees took 1 out of 3. Not happy about that, but at least we.
All right, Tabor. I'm gonna. It's okay to stop talking when you finish your point. I feel like that's a lot of people complain that I cut them off too early in the voicemail, but to tell you the truth, a lot of people just they continue talking long after they've made their point, and so I just they don't know how to wrap it up. Here's what you do, and just a couple other voicemail tips while we're doing it. You don't need to say what inning it is or what the score is because by the time you call in, it will likely be different. But if you have a take like, hey, Volpe just booted one, we got to fix that. Like that works. I'm not picking on Tabor Talk here, but, you can, make your, comment. I'll hang up and listen. Boom. Done. Here's Mary Beth.
Derek, Mary Beth here, and I'm watching First Take, and I like Stephen A. Smith's takes, just like I like your takes. And Stephen A. Smith, and I bet also you and me, Mary Beth, feel the same way about Aaron Judge. It's all fine and good what he's doing. 2 home runs last night. Yay. He has to do it in important spots. He has to do it in postseason. He has a 206 batting average, and batting averages mean something to me.
Same
so, yeah, I'm excited, but I'm not really. I'm kind of over Aaron Judge as much as I know he's magnificent. He is lacking an important part in his resume. So here's hoping that we go into Boston and freaking play with some anger. Ooh. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, doll, I'm hanging up. Go Yankees.
Appreciate it, MB. Love the fire as always. And yes, I want to see them go in and play like Elmo on my LED screen right here, going berserk here. Game is on Apple TV tonight. Action VJ said he's not paying for that. And that's part of the reason this channel exists, because there's so many platforms. I know not everybody can catch every game. And so almost everybody can have access to YouTube because it's free. If you have a smart TV or a phone, you can access YouTube. And so that's why I created this, and that's why we do it after every game, so I can give you the takeaways. And my takeaways aren't always, perfect. That's why the audience is a big part of the show. I want to make sure we cover all aspects of things. X-Wing says he agrees 100% on Aaron Judge. You got to believe in it. You got to believe you can do it.
You can't win.
All right. Here's a call about Caballero.
Hey, what up, Derek? Nico from the Bronx, man. You fan of the show. Hey, my man Caballero, man, came through yesterday. Put the ball in play, manufacturing runs, just being a beast on the base paths, man. Hopefully he's that spark we need. Of course, I hope, we all know the downfall of Volpe. Hopefully he get better, address the injury, but hopefully my man Caballero.
Appreciate it. And I didn't cut him off. He actually, I guess, lost signal or just hung up. But I like the way you say Caballero. Much better than I do.
Hey, Derek, great podcast. I think the Anthony Volpe injury is just a cover-up to protect his little advertising campaign that's coming out. They're spending money on him and et cetera. But come on. You go back to May. He's been hurt all this time, so that makes up for, that's an excuse for his lack of performance. Like the worst batting average and the worst fielding percentage in baseball. Anyway, my take. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. He wasn't exactly tearing the cover off the ball at the time he got hurt. He was hitting 233, He had a bunch of home runs earlier in the year, but then he slumped after that. All right, so I want to share the store here. We got two stores, actually, I'm going to share. So NYYDesigns.shop. Go ahead and check this out. We got all sorts of merch. We got hats. We got hoodies, T-shirts. We've got coffee mugs. We've got all sorts of fun stuff. And take a look at some of the best-selling items here. Obviously, hoodie season coming up. We got the Judge hoodie. Let's support him, and let's support me because baseball season is almost over, and I am going to need income. So go ahead and check out NYYDesigns.shop. You can also check out PinstripeTerritoryShop.com to find exclusive merchandise with the podcast logo. So if you're looking for, let's say an adult lightweight quarter zip, boom shakalaka, we got you right here, and it's embroidered and it looks really good. So check all that stuff out. And ladies and gentlemen, I will see you after the game. Let's go Yanks. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. Check out NYYDesigns.shop for some great merch. Support our sponsors. It helps keep the show going. And you can find us on all major audio platforms, so be sure to subscribe there too. But most importantly, come back again soon. We'll see you next time.